time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
And the age of furthering our race for the throne, because today we are heading to Brilehaven.
I've seen the state of the race with my own eyes, ladies, gents, and mad malcontents. If you wanted an update, here's your chance. So far, we've mostly seen gauntlet runner skirmishes and dueling mayhem. Now it's time for the real thing.
Wait, that wasn't the real thing? Also, opening with Battling, already goated. Amazing. Battling's amazing.
Sounds like we've lost a few candidates already too. Poor bastards went after something too nasty for their head hunt and got themselves head hunted.
Why do I get the feeling that the Sanctus probably wanted it that way?
We've got some candidates who have outright given up. No confidence. Can't blame them against these odds. And some others have bought and sold out of the race.
Come on! That's a bit unfair, isn't it?
I suppose money's power like anything else. Military strength's not meant to decide this race anyhow.
The question is, what's our final head count going to look like? Lots of unknowns left, people, and we'll not know the truth until the exhibition.
Well, the truth is certainly going to come out at the exhibition, but it's, one that's going to be very shocking to a lot of people.
A little bird told me one of our contenders has made a bold play in Martyra. They might not even come out of it with a head.
Oh, Batlin's informants reach far, I see.
What are they scheming then? Let's hear some details.
Sorry, chums, I'm just the crier. Can't speak for any one candidate in particular. Luckily, you'll not have long to wait now. With all that said, can't help but wonder how Count Luis is taking this, can we? My sources say he's not bothered with any of this. He's still gallivanting across the land, killing humans. And yet, even without a formal entry, Luis's voter base is still growing. Bound to have his eminence Forden grinding his teeth, that. For now, let's enjoy the show!
The fact that he was looking directly at the camera with that, it's like Batlin's very much a meta commentator in a way.
Right, everyone. Farewell said. Particulars packed.
Everything except giving that necklace back to that one noble and grand trad, which, well, yeah, he can wait.
All that remains is to ride to Oceania with pride in our hearts.
But not Oceania, because then it would be Australia.
Watch out, Luis. You won't know what hit you.
Well, I mean, what hits him is probably going to be Peerless Stonecleaver, eventually.
Well then, off to the races, what? Old Barden's given me a detailed map of the area.
Once again, we have another person that we know giving us a map of our next region.
Sounds like quite a journey. I hope it won't be as bumpy as last time.
And hopefully we don't run into any law chaos conflicts this time.
Oh no, it'll be a sight smoother. But you've got wings. What are you fussing for?
Oh, there it is. Should have known the fatigue would hit eventually. About time I got some sleep. Heis, mate. Why are you on my bed? You're positively miniature, man. There are plenty of other places fit for you to sleep.
Yes. Splendid. Just magnificent.
What is he dreaming about?
I hope you've no designs on taking my bed. I have cut men down for less.
With friends like these.
Now then.
3 nights and 4 days is our trip down there, so that's going to shave quite a bit off the deadline for turning in that Noble's Necklace, but once we get to Brilehaven, we'll just be able to teleport back. I like how that's what I'm concerned about. You might notice the runner that was blocking the way before is gone now. We're not going to be able to fight him for a while yet.
Whoa!
And it'll be stormy on our first day, but, you know, we're gonna, we're not going to be in Brilehaven in one day. We need like a super ultra mega fast gauntlet runner to do that. So instead, we've got a base camp here, just past the abandoned tomb.
Let us hurry.
Let's see.
The Blackwood camp, and
Let's see.
another run-in with Catherina.
Let's see.
Muddy Camp, and another village, Inundo, in the wetlands. Mostly populated by poor migrants, though. Well, that probably means the city's driving them out, which can't be good.
Oh, hey!
Large city, prosperous commerce. Yeah, the ones near water often are, even in the real world. Well, yeah, a certain somebody is going to be showing up, but we like her. She's one of the few candidates that we actually get along with. Literally, we have a bond with her.
Leaving behind the old castle town stricken by tragedy, the gauntlet runner sets off toward the exhibition of the brave. Their destination, Port Brilehaven, capital of the Principality of Oceania. A world unknown to them. What will they accomplish? Acclaim? Or...
It's almost surreal to me that I'm actually going towards the Brilehaven arc now.
What to pick?
I mean, this game is pretty reasonably paced, with one exception that I'll get to later. But yes, we have another day on the Gauntlet Runner. Oh, Gauntletrim's first try, not bad. And Holgenberg is not available to bond with right now. But always gotta remember to cook every day now that we have speed cooking. So this time, let's make magical bread.
Alright.
From Heismay's home village.
Understood?
Heismay's village really likes bread, and that's a good thing, because I like bread a lot too.
Knowing that,
I think a lot of these conversations are about the same, so I might eventually skip these once we've seen all of them.
here we go. Oh. In days gone by,
It's always interesting just knowing what kind of dishes that certain party members in video games like. What was Heismay's favorite again? Because everyone has a favorite here. Invincible noodles. Okay, yeah, good taste. So, speaking of good taste, Stroll's favorite food is listed as nothing in particular until he tries Redgrass Roasted Beto at the Hush Honeybee Inn for the first time. So that's actually a really cool detail. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and read a book here. And Heismay's added a new book. We've not finished Pride and Persuasion yet, though. Bygone days will increase our tolerance, but I think we have one more session of Pride and Persuasion, so I don't like leaving things unfinished. Let's go for this.
What's that?
Even if you follow the techniques explained so far to the letter, some people will still refuse to budge. Because socializing is complicated. Fancy words and calculated suggestions backfire on those types. They're guided by emotion rather than... It's funny. This almost reminds me of something. Like back when I was younger, I would describe myself as a very logic-minded person. But I've become more driven by emotion as I got older. Which is... I don't know, it's... I just love psychology. I love, I like talking in general. Like, I feel like my eloquence, my IRL eloquence has increased a lot since I started doing, like, this channel more. Anyway, the most effective thing to do for them is treat them coldly. Yell at them. Yeah, plead with them is apparently the option.
Amazing.
Keep saying please until you wear their patience down. Oh, that sounds like a problem that my sister used to have.
Alright.
Yeah, she was very much people pleaser. I mean, my whole family kind of is. Not to overshare. And that's Pride and Persuasion done! Another book off of our checklist. So we get even more eloquence out of that. What used to be our worst stat is now approaching our
The party
best.
sets off from Martira. As they watch the setting sun sink under the horizon, their gauntlet runner arrives in a land grown thick with trees. The wildlife retreats to safety before the sunlight fades, leaving only deafening silence. The anticipation that follows a journey's beginning swells in their hearts.
Yeah, it is always nice during the start of like a road trip. At the moment I'm planning like an overseas holiday and I just kind of had a breakthrough on where I could take my flights through, and I'm starting to think, yeah, that sounds good, so that'll be exciting once I do that.
Oi!
And all of us are now gathered together around the fireplace this time. So there's a bath cast in the back deck! Yeah, I have heard! The problem with that is it uses up time, so I'm never gonna do it until nearly the end of the game. Yeah, it's always a problem when there are activities in these games that, like, use... It's like extracting skill cards in Persona 4. I could never do that until almost the end of the game, just because it's just like, oh hey, it uses up time that I'd much rather spend doing social links. But that is why I think I bought some bath salts back in Camaro. That's what those are for, by the way. Yeah, you know, use the bath cast. You can only apply mag by using it, but if you use bath salts, yeah, you basically get stat bonuses. It's nice to do a New Game Plus, at least. 3 more days on the road. And we can take a Luma Bee. Welcome to the Luma shop, I guess. Now, I want to say that these events we have available are the reminiscences on like the events of the story so far. And as much as I'd like to read Heismei's book, we haven't actually spent time reminiscing with him yet, and I'd kind of like to show these, because these are nice, and there's not really a lot we can do with our night at the moment. Yeah, recalling the past and planning for the future.
Good grief.
Yeah, we certainly have a connection there, but it must be a bittersweet feeling given that you know, were a wanted criminal in that town, even though you're innocent. So this one says 2 and then 1. I would kind of agree that you'd be more relaxed there than the capital. Some people like to headcanon that Will still doesn't feel comfortable in Martyra because Sanctism is still very prominent there. I'm not really sure. I personally feel like, why is there a demon face on that cube there? I personally feel more like just Martyra is just unsettling for the party in general because of all the kidnappings, and especially now that we know the truth about them. Oh yeah. I mean, his hometown is literally called the Hidden Elder Village, though, so probably best to keep its location to a very small number of people. Granted, we really trust Heismei, though. It's not, who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me. I like people making that reference when Heismei's involved, because Batman. Alright. So yes, we gain more imagination. We're kind of already basically halfway through most of the Royal Virtues, which is kind of a showing of that this game is not as long as most Persona games. It's still pretty long, though.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
That reminds me.
Well, I mean, we've just moved his tent there from what used to be his cave.
Speaking of...
Heismei's cave is made from the ultimate in materials that are completely... The material itself has been soaked in something that gives null wind. That's what I believe now. Yeah, I guess more gliding than flying. Still, gliding is cool. I mean, you know, Spyro the Dragon can only glide and not fly for the most part, and except for those flight stages. I still don't know what the lore reason for those flight stages. Maybe there's some kind of magic that makes you fly. But anyway, we've got 2 more days. And, yeah, we're still on the road for a little bit. It looks like you can't actually do Hulkenberg's Bond while you're on story travel. It has to be, like, non-story travel, because I'm sure that her rank 6 is on the Gauntlet Runner. Because it's a new day, remember to check the pantry. I'm getting very lucky on these Gauntlet Shrooms. I'll certainly take that, because I think they are involved in the ultimate recipe. Speaking of ultimate recipe, let's progress towards making the ultimate recipe by making, you know what, let's go for something that isn't Heismei. Even though we have made red grass roasted Vito back at the inn, we need to make it on the road, I believe, to actually get the all-cooking reward.
Even so.
I found a pretty good poached chicken recipe lately. By found, I mean it's from the Sonic Cookbook again. Which also has a good recipe for, like, cod skewers that I've recently bought the ingredients for the brushing sauce. It already looks good enough to eat, but we must... Yeah. Sometimes when I cook for myself, I end up eating a lot of the thing before I've actually fully plated it up. Stroll sounds like he's actually a pretty good chef. Yeah, I'm kind of glad you can never really fail to make these dishes. I'm used to the Trails series where it's possible to make, like, really terrible things. I still don't like the fact that I wasn't able to fully cook every dish in my streams of Sky First Chapter. I have fun with those. Go watch those if you want to. Okay, I haven't saved in a while. I think I want to save here. Put you back on Steel. I'm going double Brawler here, and for that I think I should do Heat Up for a 20% attack boost. I've also noticed I haven't actually given Faker to anybody yet. And I normally like giving this to Heismay. The problem is that Heismay doesn't need it for his ultimate archetype. I really like having these debuffs on someone so fast, but like, I am liking him as a commander for now. Oh, Hulkenberg's color scheme on this looks really cool. But I think I'll stick with this for now. And so now we can finally start reading Bygone Days. This one does not require any choices. So yeah, it's a record of his life with his son. The fact that he's left this out in public kind of implies he wants us to read it. This just reminds me of a song from Bygone Days from Fire Emblem Echoes. A song for Bygone Days. This must be really... Also, the time his son delivered is off, okay. Problem is that it's in an exaggerated way, but yeah, this must be really painful. Heismay sounds like a really good dad. That is the thing, like I feel like being a father who, like, actually does a lot of the care for the child should be normalized in society.
Nura speaking.
The city ruins come to view. This place once flourished through the excavation of magla crystals by migrant workers. The work was hard, but the miners were hearty and spirited, and the promise of riches lured many here. In its time, it may have rivaled Brilehaven. However, the promise of strong magla drew forth the humans. As tragedies climbed, it became a ghost town. Now only the threatening glimmer of the crystals remain, and with the promise of abandoned riches followed the thieves. For some reason, though, they all seem to scurry home empty-handed, gripped by fear.
With a description like this, I almost wish this place was a dungeon and not a... Like, this is really pretty, by the way. I think they even showed this in one of the trailers. Like, I love this, but, like, I wish this was a dungeon, because, like, I don't know, I like crystal-y aesthetics. They're always, like, cool to me, so... Getting to actually explore these ruins with the crystals, the dungeon, I guess that's kind of why I actually like a lot of areas in Final Fantasy XIII. Like, there's some really pretty crystalline aesthetics in that game.
No. Well then.
I like how Will's noticing Stroll's pain here. Probably reminds him of his own, his own hometown. The fact this place was built on migrant workers, though, it sounds like it could have easily been very exploitative. Yeah, implying that his hometown will eventually become ruins very much like these.
That's why.
And we've done that twice, by the way. We've cut down a human and saved the people of a city on 2 separate occasions.
Alright.
Whereas Luis only fights humans for his own benefit.
Hey!
Ah, yes.
So,
Let us dine on Hulkenberg's world-famous, for all the wrong reasons, worm meatballs.
As the sun sinks below the horizon, the Gauntlet Runner arrives in a land dense with trees. The glow of the Gauntlet Runner pierces the dark, warmly enveloping them in its light.
It's also apparently stormy here. So are people even going to be out on the... Nope, not stormy. Guess we got to break in the... Yeah, they couldn't really have everyone take shelter inside because people need to actually be out here during the night's memorandum. The city ruins. Okay, then. Workers fled for their lives. Okay, which behind the crystal. Yeah, pretty much just the same thing Moore was saying. Moore's a better narrator than whoever's narrating this. So we can get more imagination from Heisme, or... Oh, wait! I am dumb! Because we can cook both in the day and the night, I think that means we can actually... Yeah, we can actually make one thing... Because we have speed cooking, we can actually make one dish in both the day and the night.
Speaking of...
Okay, I do think this is a different conversation than the last one, so I might as well let this one play out. I like how Stroll's treating cooking like, sword fighting.
Right.
Yeah, in a way, I guess it kind of makes sense. I'm really glad that I've been learning how to cook more lately. Like, I have actually stopped ordering takeout pizza after I learned how to make my own pizzas. Because it's cheaper, and it's also likely better for you. Because there's a lot of additives in takeout pizza. Okay, we can reminisce with Hulkenberg. I think I'll do that. But yes, make sure that you're prepared for fighting Catherina tomorrow. And what that means is equip a whole bunch of fire. Well, I'm not going to drop meteors on her this time, though. That's what I meant by I'll only do that once, and by once I meant I'll drop 2 meteors on her in one instance, and then I'll never drop meteors on her again. Oh, once again, still hung up on that sandworm dish. Maybe it's a metaphor. Oh, right. Yeah, it is a metaphor.
Got it.
This one says option 3. Yeah, there we go. There's only one who's eaten the sandworm dish could. Hulkenberg is talking a lot about the nature of our powers. Oh, yes, no, I very much know that, and Catherina very much knows that. That's how we annihilated her last time.
Hail.
Yes, the Hero Kings failed because they did not have synthesis skills. Yeah, I get the feeling Hulkenberg is going to like the next city. Mostly because it's it's an ocean town, and that means it probably has a lot of good fish meals. And by good fish meals, I mean it probably has a lot of weird fish meals that she'll like. Like, I feel like she'd like some kind of squidding thing. Not that squidding is weird.
Time marches on, and the age of a new
this should be the last marching on of time before we reach Brilehaven. I've got to pay attention to the 27th. I have to make sure that I am not traveling on the day of the 27th.
Quite.
Yeah, we're already in the realm of hoeing too much water. Yeah, I do like forests in fantasy stories, but we're moving a little bit onward from that. And back to the runner. Also, it's pretty hot right now. Do like that this game measures its temperature in Celsius, not Fahrenheit, because I can actually understand that in the context of what's hot and what isn't. 30 degrees is reasonably high. Australia can go way higher, like up to 40 sometimes, maybe more than 40. But once again, let's get on with our cooking. Unfortunately, we still can't make finisher noodles because we don't have the monster bone. But we can make a certain other kind of noodle.
Alright.
Fraction of grain, okay, yeah. Yeah, I still need to get better at doing bread and stuff, because I'd love to make my own bread.
Look!
Heisme's talking like his commander archetype now.
In days gone by,
And we've now made Heisme's favorite dish. And speaking of Heisme... Oh, hi, Hulkenberg. Ah, she's playing a strategy game that will increase your wisdom if you do it. I'm pretty sure that's wisdom. But no, I'm gonna go for tolerance with bygone days. I just like to read the books. So what's next in the story of Heismay and his son? This always reminds me of how my dad used to document my development when I was younger. Not in like a weird way or anything. He'd write down all of the words that I was saying. Yeah, he must have been proud of that, you know. already a ninja in training. In a way, as sad as it is, it's also nice reading this and reminiscing on the memories, even though he is gone.
Gauntlet runner sighted!
Yep, it's Miss Umamusume again.
Hey!
Or, you know, Miss Meteored in the face. Oh, you know, very poor choice of words there, Catherina.
Come on, then.
She is gonna be getting a boom.
It's you! So we meet again! Maybe you got the better of me last time, but you're about to get some payback.
Give me a break, lady. Ever heard of learning from your mistakes? Sorry, but we don't intend to lose either.
Ooh, big talk. Well, I'm willing to rewrite my record if that's what it takes to be queen. My people are suffering as we speak. Who's gonna save the Parapus if I don't give it all I've got?
I mean, we want to save them too. Also, I've only just noticing just how insanely pink her gauntlet runner is. Wow.
I promised them all I'd become queen. You're all decent people, got nothing against you, but I'm not holding back.
And here comes the aforementioned boom.
Looks like you've gotten stronger. So have we.
And this time I'm going to actually fight fair against her.
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
It's actually funny, you'd think that she resists strike like the brawler archetype, but she doesn't. But, let's go... Oh, I do kind of want to steal from her, but no, let's... I said that I fight fair. I do want to steal from her. Let's go, Formation of Vigor. It's such a satisfying skill. And yes, fair and square, no meteors this time. Just punching.
I'll let my fist do the talking.
Yeah, exactly. We'll let our fist do the talking. Another one of these. Oh, nice crit there. Yeah, she's already down to nearly half. Hulkenberg should probably... Oh, right! Fire! And now I can try and steal. We get Tekken! Well, Tekken, but yeah. Probably the same kind of name origin as Tekken.
Nice one, Stroll. Why are you so strong, damn you? But this is where the real fight begins. Get ready to get stomped.
And now I really want her in a fighting game. That'll actually be pretty cool.
This is a joke.
This is a joke is a weird thing to say when you're healing. Well, that wasn't exactly the greatest showing. So let's continue the, I was about to say pounding, but that sounds very bad. Okay, let's just, do that. Fire, and then, yeah! Also, Heismay has Fiery Strike. So, also a weakness attack. And, this should be pretty much over. There we go.
No. Why? Why? I trained so much for this. This isn't supposed to happen.
If anything, it's probably even more embarrassing for her that we won without even needing to use meteors that time.
I'll strive for greater heights.
I would quite like Hulkenberg to get, you know what, I'm going to pump strength that time. I kind of want Hulkenberg to get maxed out on the healer archetype eventually, because I want that, you know, increased healing with her. As you can see here, Stroll's stat build is really starting to become more obvious now, having balance in everything, but highest being strength.
I continue to grow.
And Hulkenberg is highest endurance, but she's also quite... I mean, her agility's not that low at this point. It'll get very low later.
I've lost.
Well, okay, granted she doesn't officially have a Brawler archetype, because only we have the power of archetypes, so that makes sense why she isn't resistant to strike.
Yeah.
Eudoricus is a pretty cool name. And now we finally learn her surname, I guess.
Oh.
Must be a lot of pressure, though, being really the only major, well, I mean, there's Loveless, but I mean, the only major Parapus candidate who actually wants to elevate Parapus's social status. Because Loveless is focused more on, you know, the drinking.
Hey.
I mean, at least she's actually, you know, making donations to these people.
Listen to me.
It's more than can't be said for a lot of others in this world. But yeah, the fact that they're on just such a... Like, this again, this is another thing of where, like, metaphor gets very real, because I know that a lot of immigrants end up, especially in Australia, they come to Australia on very dangerous boats that often sink and get a lot of people killed.
Well then.
Well, I mean, we know the feeling. We donated all of our money from our monster hunt, metaphorically speaking, to the people who were affected by it. Yeah, it is kind of... they're gonna need to find steady income to really keep going.
I'll make it happen.
I feel like there's... Oh, that's it. Dying's no way to make a living. That's a quote from the arena in Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon, isn't it?
But...
Yeah, Catherina pretty much had to rely entirely on her own physical strengths. Also, I just noticed that there's an icon of a woman on her, on that sort of... I don't know what that is. It's kind of a pauldron, kind of a medallion thing.
That's why.
But yeah, Catherina's, like, literal strength is what allowed her to make a living off being a bounty hunter, but not everyone can do that. Yeah, that is definitely what Will's doing.
It just ain't right.
Yeah, that's a point where the voice clip certainly helps.
In that case.
And this is the best response for Mag here.
Oh. Oh, come off it.
Yeah, it is true.
Thanks.
And yeah, this is the point where it's like, technically speaking, you might want to hold off on doing bounties until you get this, but like, getting money earlier in the game to buy some of those powerful... I like how the earlier towns sell really expensive but very powerful weapons that also, because attack power also affects your skill power, that's very worth it buying those. But we're about to get something new out of this bond.
She...
Pronouns again!
No. A new power.
I'm not letting anyone die.
We now have access to...
Pugilist!
The Pugilist, or Kung Fu Master in Japanese, has far more passives than it has attacking skills. Crushing Fist has a lot of crit, but it loses power the more damage you get, including by using itself, so it's not reliable. Power Thrust is relatively weak for this point in the game, but I find it nice to inherit on other physical classes as a way to get some damage in while inflicting crucial defense debuffs. And now for the aforementioned passives. Spirit of Adversity gives plus 15 to your crit rate when below 25% of your HP, and Pugilist's own HP cost attacks can help you get to that threshold. Strike Boost is, I keep saying this, but the real prize. Plus 20% damage to any type is really nice, and even though it's expensive, it's very good to inherit. And then there's Dodge Master, which makes you completely immune to being criticaled. But now let's talk about the Homo Avades in the room. High Voltage. This is supposed to give you plus 15% crit rate while ambushing, and given how easy ambushing is in this game, that would be a huge benefit. If it weren't for the fact that, as I alluded to right at the start of the game, we can perform an initial attack. Note that this, for some reason, does not count as an ambush, and therefore, mechanically, you are never considered to ever ambush any enemies. This is important for skills that rely on ambushing, because they actually do nothing at all. The preemptive strike you deal after stunning an enemy on the field does not count as an ambush, and this means High Voltage does absolutely nothing. Pugilist synthesis skills are just straight upgrades on the regular brawler ones. A stronger version of Energy Ray, and a stronger multi-hit strike attack to all enemies. This one isn't especially strong unless you get all 4 hits in, and even then it's weaker than more reliable synthesis skills. But Super Energy Ray at high HP can deal good damage, especially since light is the most common weakness in the game.
As the shadows are stretched to their limits before darkness takes them, the Gauntlet Runner arrives in a balmy wetland. Nocturnal creatures who lay dormant beneath the fens in the light rise to seek out their prey. Meanwhile, the party rests their weary souls, fatigued by the long journey, under the protection of the Gauntlet Runner.
Muddy Camp, our last stop before the city of Brilehaven itself, will be arriving tomorrow. So let's just go ahead and collect our bug for the evening. And is Stroll finally available for reminiscence today? Because that's kind of the main thing that I want to do. Well, that and using the stove to finally make the red grass roasted Beto. So I've now made every dish that I can make at this point in the game, or with the ingredients I have. And yes, Stroll is indeed available for reminiscence.
Hey.
I feel like I'll probably have time to do, like, most of these. And yeah, Stroll's focused on the fact that we have a new party member joining. I mean, Luis in a way kind of has his own party. He's got Gladell.
I would have been fine without your meddling.
He's got, Juna.
You were more help than my useless driver, at least.
Well, he had Zorba, but...
Odd. Luis.
He's gone now. It says option 1, but, like, I don't know if, like, maybe it's better to do this. I'm not sure if I'm looking at the right options here, but I'm not as concerned about this as I am about the Bond answers. But yeah, no denying he's the strongest mage out there. Really, the only competition for him at this point would be a magic build Will, just because, like, we don't really have a dedicated magic party member yet. Hopefully, we get a chance to change that soon.
Yeah.
That is the thing, often the case when it comes to, like, villain parties, and it's really just for, like, gameplay reasons, because, you gotta have one big final boss person, but, like, usually villain parties are very unbalanced in their strength, whereas, like, the protagonists are more focused on everyone pulling their weight evenly. Like, Luis may have powerful allies, but Luis himself is clearly significantly above all of them.
Oi.
Granted, if you're speedrunning, you're probably also doing a solo run, you're gonna end up like a villain-style party, so maybe if the real villains were speedrunners all along. Not really, no. Speedrunners are cool. Alright. I've recently been watching, some really neat, Shin Megami Tensei 5, Vengeance speedruns. By the time this video goes up, it's gonna be, like, quite a while, but, like, shoutouts to Fell Visage. If you like Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, I recommend watching him stream his speedruns. They're really fun, and he's a really chill guy who also is very knowledgeable and skilled at the game. And so, tomorrow we arrive in Brilehaven, and I think I'll see you all for that next time. And Mag.